This podcast reflects my personal experiences and reflections as an adoptee. I am not a therapist or a mental health professional, and nothing here is meant to replace professional support. Some of the topics I explore may bring up difficult emotions and memories. If you find yourself needing more support, I encourage you to reach out to a therapist, counselor, or trusted person in your life. Welcome to Coming Home, a podcast dedicated to healing through exploring and celebrating childhood memories in adulthood. I am the host, Augie Sanchez. I am always amazed how my Honduran memories feel like abstract art. There isn't any beginning or end, just moments held captive, vivid and alive within me. Some memories are peaceful. I feel nature embracing me. Others are overwhelming or terrifying. One specific memory I have is being in the city of Tegucigalpa, and that was overwhelming. People assume children, especially small children, are not able to remember much about their childhood. I disagree. I'm not sure if my body was remembering because, in foresight, I knew I wouldn't be here much longer. Or maybe my ancestors were locking in memories for me so I could hold on to those memories, never fully forgetting my roots. I'm really not sure why I remember the way I do, but I am grateful. I can only assume I was in the city for the paperwork to be completed for the adoption. No one has ever told me why I was there, other than the adopted mother saying I wanted to be with her so bad and wouldn't stop crying. I'm not sure if that was really the case. I choose to believe that I was in the city mainly for the paperwork to be completed. I think anyone who has lived in areas not surrounded by the congestion of people and the chaotic sounds of the city will agree with me when I say stepping into the city felt like drowning. The sounds of the cars and the people were overwhelming. I can imagine that is why I was crying. The feeling of the busyness of the city was electric and not in a good way for a child. It felt like everything was throbbing over me, crashing into my body. I felt so unsafe. I remember standing on the fountain. It was day and bright. The streets were brick, and the sound of feet stepping on them felt like a crushing on my body. People were all around, talking, just loud noise, just so much loud noise. The cars on the roads honking and sputtering by, all of it, all at once, made me feel like it was all crashing around me. One of the nurses was standing next to me. She was holding me, but I remember feeling so unsafe and so overwhelmed. It just all felt like too much. My nervous system was out of balance, and that was the first time I experienced chaos on a level that I felt like it was going to crush me. It wouldn't be the last, though. I would feel that crushing sense of doom throughout my life. never being reassured or comforted, never really understanding where it came from. I had to learn how to self soothe. Recently, I found the words for it. It's called stimming. I want to say it's stimming. I didn't know what that was, so I had to do some research. Stimming is a way children self soothe. It is a repetitive physical movement, or it could be sounds or actions used to regulate our emotions, managing the sensory input, or reducing stress. My legs tend to shake daily. I used to get upset with this, but eventually I understood that this is my body's way of soothing, and now I just accept it as I am. I have worked on releasing tension in my body. I find that this is a daily activity I have to work through. When I was transitioning into this new life of being raised by foreigners, I used to sit in my room and rock myself, sometimes pulling out my hair. A child living in a trauma does not know how to verbalize the pain that they are experiencing, especially when the language barrier is not beneficial to the child. I had to learn how to be a white American child, which was never normal. Nothing about my heritage was accepted, and so stimming was a way of my coping. Going back to Honduras, this was my first experience with noise, chaos in a city. Nothing about that was natural to me. That was my entrance into a life that didn't reflect where I began, nor did I feel like I would find that place again. This is a difficult episode for me to record. Even now, I can feel my body tense up. The stress of not just that memory, but the lack of comfort or reassurance as a child still lingers in my body. Today, I will take a walk in the park. I always feel safer in the park. I'll do some deep breaths and I will focus on my art. I've had to learn what helps me to ground myself when I start to feel this uncomfortableness, this tightness, this ache in the core of my stomach. The feeling doesn't just go away in adulthood. It doesn't just go away even with therapy. And it doesn't just go away with prayer. This feeling is a childhood trauma that has layers. I can see that small child hiding in the swirl of a dark cloud, a cloud protecting her from the outside world of harm. I choose to be kind to that part of my life, acknowledging it, and not shame, but allowing it to be, at least for now, because she still feels unsafe. And I understand it will take time and compassion on my part as an adult to let that little girl inside of me know she is truly safe. I currently live in a city and I have to mentally prepare some days to go out. Some days I am good, others not so much. That little girl stirs up and warms my body, but I know I am safe. I just have to remind myself that I am safe, that we can together navigate the city without feeling overwhelmed or fearful. The echoes of that memory doesn't have to hold me captive in that small body anymore. The resolution is to walk with her in every moment so she can see that I am safe. I am present. I am capable of taking myself out of unsafe environments as an adult, unlike what I felt when I was a child. Have you recognized a negative childhood memory that still impacts you today? Can you think of a way you can help that child within you feel safe? Let's continue the journey together as we feel what it's like coming home. Always feel If you find value in this podcast and you would like to support Coming Home, you can send a financial love offering to my Cash App, which is posted on this page. Thank you. All financial love offerings are greatly appreciated.